welcome back to Ag with Emma. If you're new here, my name is Emma. I travel all over the place doing farm tours and farmhand work to learn more about agriculture. Today's video, you're going to come with me to learn about turf grass. So we're going to start off repairing a turf grass harvester, which is called a Firefly, and then we're going to get inside of the machine and learn more about that. I was tagging along with Bo, the mechanic for this farm, for the day, so that's just kind of what we'll be doing. And then we actually got the chance to see it planted as well. Planting the sprigs, I believe is the correct terminology. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. Hope you enjoy. Catch you at the end. So just going to start off with repairs. The hydraulic pump busted, so that's what we had to fix. So before you take this stuff apart, you mark up your hoses, because there's a lot of hoses back here and you don't want to get them confused, because that would be bad. We have a little out and an in. Well, you don't have to put out and in, you could, but if you already have an out, you know where that's going. Then you put cloth over your battery boxes, so he said if you drop a wrench on it, then it doesn't arc, whatever. We have our little grass pad for working on, and there's hydraulic oil all over the place down there. So while we are fixing that Firefly right over there, or right across the street, they're painting the grass. So you can see the difference right there. They paint it because when they sell it to companies and sell it to people that might not understand the grass is still alive and pretty, well, it's this color. They want like the instant gratification of having that color grass. So we'll walk down here a little bit more. So even though the grass is green right now, they're still painting it because that's providing consistency in the coloring of the grass. You can see right down the line right there. Well, maybe not as good. I wish I had my drone so I could show you guys, but there you can see it right there. So it's going to change color, but that provides a consistent color in the store, and it's not just that color, so it's always that color. And customers want that satisfaction of having the same color. They see it and they're like, oh, it's so pretty. Once that paint starts to fade, it will fade eventually. Like, it gradually fades out over the course of like time. So it's not going to fade the second you water it, and it's not going to fade a week after you buy it. So it's not like tricking people, but it's just providing satisfaction to customers and consistency. So now Bo is taking caps and putting them on hoses after he takes them off. So this hose just came off of that. Put caps on it so it doesn't get a bunch of dirt and stuff in your hoses and in your pumps.
Caps, cap.
All right, we have all the hoses disconnected and some muscles that are gonna need to be used.
And they don't get lighter.
Yikes. There you go. So that's still the good one. This is the bad one. So we just pulled that out. That is not supposed to be all ground up like that. They just changed it in July. And there is the pump. Lovely. So they have to order a new pump, and those get shipped down from Utah. So after all that's taken out, it all just, we can't put anything back in it yet. Here's the final, what it looks like. So there used to be that silver gray pump here, and then the two black ones right there. Those hoses are all capped off. There's all the tools and the caps and everything. I mean, I guess it's pretty clean from it's tore it out. But this pump, so these two pumps right here, run the hydraulics for the tires. And then there's the cutter bar over here. And then the silver one runs everything in the back, right?
What's that?
The silver one runs everything in the back?
The silver one runs the propulsion. It drives the four wheels.
Okay, never mind. So the silver one that's broken, that one runs these. And then these two run everything in the back with the pallet dropping, the cutter, and everything else. So this whole machine holds like 60 gallons of hydraulic fluid and needs all that to run. So there is a little peek inside what it looks like to cut some grass. And then it makes all these little squares. There is, there's just a bunch of hydraulic lines everywhere. So you have a bad day if your pump goes to poop. There's all the pallets. The pallets will drop out of here. They slide in there, and then the pallet drops when it's full, but this one dropped because the hydraulic pump went. So just a quick little run through before we get into this machine. There's the blade that chops the grass into squares. It rolls over first, and then after the grass gets chopped, there's another roller, and then it goes up the conveyor belts like so. And this all makes sense when it's moving. I have more clips for you guys. And then it gets scooped up right there and then shifted over to the pallet, and then the pallet drops when it counts how many squares are on the pallet. So there it is. This is what it looks like inside. There's your little arm, your cutter blade stuff is down there. You can actually see it through this little window. Through that. That's the operator's seat. Little screen up there. So all Bo is doing right now is steering, right?
Not right now. My little arm pops off the track and I have to steer it, but right now it's still on its own.
Okay, so you're just like sitting there.
We're not touching anything. We're just pretty much sitting there until it pops off like that.
Why does it pop off?
Because people will run over the edge of the grass and it rolls the edge.
Oh.
And the little arm won't track against it. We'll do a pallet change.
So it just honked and he is dropping the pallet. Well, he already dropped. So the cutting conditions could be better. It's not dry down here, but it's better to cut it when it's a little more moist. All of this grass will be going to Home Depot or Lowe's.
Lowe's, or it's a company that sells them the grass that they sell to customers. Home Depot or Lowe's.
Okay, right on. So that's where all of this is going, and then people will have pretty lawns. And then Bo just told me that this, like, one machine can cut 10 18-wheeler loads.
It can cut 10 18-wheeler loads a day if you work with a good operator and no problems, and good conditions and everything, no problems.
And how many pallets run an 18-wheeler?
20 to 22, sometimes 18, just depends on whatever the customer wants or how many square footage of grass that they're wanting.
And then all your controls are on that joystick. So he turned it off and skipped a spot because it wasn't going to be a good cut. So we just skipped over it. And then when he lifts it up, there's the blades right there. So we just got to the edge of the row. This thing is jerky. I've been slamming my back into this thing. Bo can't drive.
It's been a long time.
They're loading pallets up in the back now. So that'll be full. And then I'll try to get a pallet dropping for y'all. It's like when a bale of cotton drops out of the stripper. I haven't showed you guys that yet though. That video won't be up for a while still. I'll have it up soon. That was a month ago. My bad. We're getting all lined up again. Cut some grass. He's controlling all of that right there and on that knob. And there's a whole diagram in case you don't know how to use it. Oh, there your bar goes. Now we are going to show you what it looks like when they're planting grass.
See, there's no, all we're taking is the top.
Yeah.
We still got the roots for it to grow back. That's why they didn't mow this section, so we could do this.
So that's sprigging and it's replanting it?
There, basically, we're just getting the sprigs off the top, and then we're going to plant it in the field here in a little bit.
Okay, so that's the stuff in the trailer is what they're going to plant.
Yeah, they'll take a forklift off the back and pick that box up and then dump it on the sprigging machine, and then we'll spread it out with the sprigger and plant the grass.
Gotcha. So basically that piece is like chopping it. It's going up that conveyor belt. He's like helping push it back because there's a belt running under that. And that's why there's grass in front of that tractor, but then there will not be grass behind it. Because it's basically like a mower, but it's collecting the grass to replant somewhere else. So they planted this while we were working on the planter. Here's what it looks like. So that'll grow into grass. He was just rolling it and they're waiting on sprigs.
Go get you some tips. I mean, they don't look.
We showed up and there was a problem. Imagine that. So they just came and dropped off a load of peas. That's what it looks like. Here, I'll show you. So it's dropping out pretty fast out of there. They have the disc rolling. It's getting rolled. He's gonna follow it with the other roller. Here's what it looks like. So before he rolled over this, it looked like this. There's nothing, well, there's nothing right here, right? But after, you can see where he went with it. So there is grass. They roll over it once with the planter, then he's going to come and roll over it again, and then they water it like right away. And they water down here with a lateral. Sometimes they'll water with a pivot, but most of the grass is watered with a lateral, so it just goes straight across this way instead of in a circle like a pivot. And those guys are just going to tackle that, and then it's going to get watered. So just walking along here, you can see where those little discs ran to help it roll into the ground there. And then the disc that is following him, so you can see where those little discs were running. Plant it, and then the guy that's following him has the same setup just without the grass falling out, so he just gets it twice. They're coming back up. guys, that is all I have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned a little bit more about turf. And remember to subscribe if you want to catch more adventures. I'll have more videos coming out soon. And as always, thanks for watching. Hasta la pasta.